Today on the channel, a session on the range. What I'm really working on is not reverse pivoting, especially at the top of my backswing. I've noticed that for as long as I've hit a golf ball, I've done that, and it's led to that over the line look at the top. So that even still is pointed a little bit to the right at the top of the swing, which is what I don't want, but at least it wasn't past parallel. And I got to tell you, when I was going through this range session, even when I was hitting these hybrids pretty well, it felt like I was barely turning my back to the target. And I'm really trying to minimize any arm drift at the top of my swing. Although it really felt like the cause of that arm drift that I have at the top that pushes it across the line and past parallel was just too much of a reverse pivot at the top. So that's what I've really tried to do, is get my left shoulder across my body instead of down. And I'm still really working on keeping my head as still as possible. But you'll see, and a lot of these swings, even though these do represent an improvement from where I've always been, my head still does move a little bit forward and down in my backswing. And I've certainly been accustomed to swinging that way, but I know that to become more consistent, I need to have a better, more stable backswing in which my arms and back aren't totally disconnected as I start my transition. And as I got into hitting these hybrids, it actually felt like I was making a full turn. I could feel like strain in my back that I've never felt before swinging a golf club. Like, see, that, well short of parallel, technically would have pointed across the line, but I never got there. And everything else about the swing is normal, and it just felt more controlled when I was swinging this way. And I was still able to get the ball out there to about the same distance that I would normally hit this hybrid. Like, that backswing, I'm completely fine with. Minimal reverse pivot. My trail elbow isn't flying way out and up and over my head. It just felt really controlled and easy to get the club back to the proper position at the bottom. Just a little bit from the inside. Now, doing this on the course is completely different, but here on the range with this hybrid, I was able to do it pretty well. And I think it's just going to be more and more reps of swinging the club back, emphasizing that left shoulder going around my body and turning instead of going down, and also keeping that head still. I cannot stress how much more controlled this felt, and really how much shorter my backswing felt when I was doing it this way. And I think what's always been a problem for me too, when I've tried to shorten my backswing, I never felt like I could still hit the ball a reasonable distance, but I'm telling you, I was here. So believe me, I know that my backswing is far too long, and I've forever tried to figure out what was the cause. I've realized it was that reverse pivot where you kind of bend your back too far and get your weight going forward on the way back. I'm trying to load into my back leg, get that left shoulder across, and keep my head still. Now I've just got to ingrain it to my muscle memory.